You've already picked out your resort hotel and snagged your tickets to the theme parks, but have you thought about how you'll get around once you're there? Luckily, Disney World has you covered with free transportation from your resort to the theme parks. But not all resorts offer the same transportation, so it's important to know what to expect so that you don't waste tons of valuable time. Let's jump into the different transportation options so you can prepare for your magical vacation. Welcome to the Magical Resorts Guide. My name is Jennifer, and along with my husband Chris and toddler Mason, we are exploring all 18 Walt Disney World resorts this year. From the Disney beaches to the mountains in Magic Kingdom's backyard, we are going to share our favorite tips so you can book your next Disney stay with confidence. Let's jump in. Disney World's free transportation options are one of the best perks of staying at a Disney resort. They make getting to the theme park so easy, and if done correctly, can save you a ton of time. We've got 4 types to choose from: the monorail, boats, the Skyliner, and Disney buses, but not all options are offered at all resorts. The availability of transportation depends on the location of your resort, so it's crucial to research your options and choose the resort that best fits your vacation plans. With a little bit of planning and all of our tips, you can ensure a stress-free and magical vacation at Walt Disney World. Now, if all of this seems overwhelming, don't worry. We have created a free Disney transportation guide that you can easily print out. We have organized all of your options into a graph showing you what is available at all of the resorts and added our favorite tips to help you navigate like a pro. I will leave the link in the comments below, so be sure to grab that before your next stay. Let's start with the Disney buses. All resorts will have a bus option to get you to one of the 4 theme parks. Resorts with multiple transportation options will typically split your choices between available modes. However, for resorts like French Quarter, Riverside, the All-Star Resorts, Coronado Springs, and Animal Kingdom Lodge, buses will be your only option to get to all 4 theme parks. The buses are large, air-conditioned, and spacious. Depending on where your resort is located, travel time can vary anywhere from 5 to 25+ minutes. Buses do come frequently, especially to larger resorts. To grab a bus, you will need to go to the bus pickup station at your resort. You can see the bus schedule posted at these stations or conveniently in your My Disney Experience app. But keep in mind, these times are flexible, which we will cover more in our transportation tips here soon. Now, the downside to buses is that they can be very crowded. Sitting and standing are allowed on the bus, which really limits your personal space. And depending on when you're traveling, buses can fill up very quickly, especially if you're staying at a resort like the All-Stars or Port Orleans, which are really large properties. They do get you exactly where you need to go, but they may not be the most relaxing option. Next, we have boats, which I am personally fond of. Many resorts in the deluxe and moderate categories offer free boat transportation. To get to the theme parks, you will either ride a water taxi or a friendship boat. The water taxi services Seven Seas Lagoon and Bay Lake, which is right next to the Magic Kingdom. Resorts with this service will include the Grand Floridian, Polynesian, Wilderness Lodge, and Fort Wilderness Cabins and Campground. I personally think this is such a convenient option. The water taxi will pick you up from your hotel marina and drop you off right in front of the Magic Kingdom, where you will go through your own personal security checkpoint, which is so much faster. Quick side note, the Contemporary does not have boat access to the Magic Kingdom. Now, if you are over on Crescent Lake at either Beach Club, Yacht Club, or the Boardwalk Inn, you will take a friendship boat from your resort to either Epcot or Hollywood Studios. And if you're staying at the Swan or Dolphin, you can also access this free perk. This boat loop is a little bit slower because it will be making multiple stops at each resort along the way. It isn't the fastest, but it is oh so relaxing. The water taxis and friendship boats offer scenic views of the surrounding areas, including stunning views of the parks and resorts from the water. They are not air-conditioned, but typically have covered seating areas and a nice breeze as you travel. The biggest downside is the wait time and speed. Now, they will be faster and more direct than a bus option, but if you have the ability to walk to your theme park from your resort's walking path, because specific deluxe resorts do have this available, then it's going to be your fastest option. I also want to quickly mention the boats over at Port Orleans, Riverside, and French Quarter. Here you will find the Sassagoula River Ferry that will take you between Riverside and French Quarter, as well as take you to Disney Springs. This is a relaxing 20-minute ride that will conveniently get you to Disney Springs, but it does not go to a theme park, so keep that in mind. Now, before we head to our third option, I do have to ask a favor. If you are finding this video helpful, we would love if you would hit the like button. It really means the world to us and our channel. Now back to the transportation list. The Disney Skyliner is a relatively new mode of transportation at Walt Disney World. It consists of gondolas transporting guests high above the ground, providing incredible views of the parks and resorts below. The Skyliner is a fan favorite and a super convenient way to travel to Epcot and Hollywood Studios. You will have the option to ride the Skyliner if you are staying at one of the following resorts: Pop Century, Art of Animation, Caribbean Beach, the Riviera Resort, as well as the Crescent Lake Resorts, Beach Club, Yacht Club, and the Boardwalk Inn. The gondolas themselves are spacious and comfortable with room for up to 10 passengers. They are not air-conditioned, but they do have a venting system that keeps air flowing as long as they are moving. The Skyliner is also fully accessible with gondolas that can accommodate wheelchairs, scooters, and large strollers without folding them. The Skyliner is super convenient, only really stopping while operating to load guests with accessibility needs safely. But keep in mind there are 2 different Skyliner lines, and depending on which theme park you are going to, you may need to switch gondolas at Caribbean Beach, which is the Skyliner hub. But if it's your first time, don't stress. The cast members are super helpful and will make sure you get on the correct gondola for where you're going. Honestly, I started out scared of the Skyliner, but now I'm obsessed with it, and I can't get over that you can stay in a value resort with access to this super easy transportation. Finally, we have the monorail. The Disney monorail is one of the most iconic and recognizable forms of transportation at Walt Disney World. It has been in operation since the opening of the Magic Kingdom in 1971 and has since become a beloved symbol of the Disney parks. The monorail is a sleek and futuristic train that glides above the ground on an electric motor track. There are 3 monorail lines at Walt Disney World: the Resort Line, the Express Line, and the Epcot Line. The Express Line travels directly between the Ticket and Transportation Center and Magic Kingdom. The Resort Line services 3 deluxe resorts: the Grand Floridian, Polynesian, and Contemporary. Guests staying at these resorts can easily hop on the monorail to get to the Magic Kingdom or the Ticket and Transportation Center, where they can switch to the Epcot line, which travels from the Ticket and Transportation Center to Epcot. One of the highlights of riding the monorail is the stunning views. You will see the parks and resorts from high above with panoramic views of Cinderella Castle, Spaceship Earth, the inside of the Contemporary Resort, and more. This mode of transportation is iconic. I love it, but Chris hates it. So we want to know, what do you think? Let us know down in the comments. Wrapping up our transportation options, we want to cover a few things that aren't necessarily provided by Disney but are easily available for you if you find them more convenient. First up, walking. Several deluxe resorts offer walking paths to the theme parks that they are closest to. Now, we know that you either will be or have been walking all day at a theme park, so this might not sound appealing to you. But if you are visiting Disney during peak times or during the holiday when there are a lot of crowds, this option may be the fastest way to travel. If you are staying at the Grand Floridian, Polynesian, or the Contemporary resorts, you will have a walking path to the Magic Kingdom, with the Polynesian being the furthest away and the Contemporary being the closest. Beach Club, Yacht Club, and the Boardwalk Inn have a very close walk to Epcot's International Gateway, as well as a walking path to Hollywood Studios that will take you about 15 to 20 minutes to walk. If the lines are long for other forms of transportation, this may be a great option if you're at one of these resorts. Now, if you have your own car on the property, keep in mind theme park parking is free for resort guests. I wouldn't suggest this for Magic Kingdom since you will have to park at the Ticket and Transportation Center and then make your way across Seven Seas Lagoon. But for Animal Kingdom, Hollywood Studios, or Epcot, this just might be a faster option, especially if you plan to leave right after fireworks. Honestly, this is a go-to for us when we're staying at a bus-only resort just because it gives us more flexibility to come and go with our toddler on our schedule. And finally, rideshare is possible from a Disney resort. You can get a Lyft or Uber to pick you up from your Disney resort and drop you off at the theme parks, or you can choose a Minnie Van through the Lyft app. We love doing this. These are operated by a Disney cast member, have up to 2 cart seats available, and are super fun. This is a great option when you are wanting to travel between Disney resorts. So now we want to know what you think. Is one of these transportation options a clear winner or loser in your books? Don't forget to download our free Disney transportation guide in the comments. It has all of these options organized by resorts and will help you see which resorts are connected. Be sure to watch this video next, and if you're heading to Disney soon, we hope you have a magical resort stay.